Week two of our Spring AD podcast as we talk about your Sycamore Aviators with your athletic director, Andrew Ovington. Andrew, how are we doing this afternoon?
Doing great, Rob. How are you?
Good. We were going to add some student athletes to the show, and they were no shows for today's event, so it's you and I.
Yeah, a little bummed. Jacob Shue last week for boys volleyball, Andy Bell last week for girls lacrosse. Was hoping to have them on today, but they might have some more important things going on in class, so I understand.
Yes. Well, let's jump in. Let's go through the spring sports and the indoor sports. We don't have to worry about weather, but we it was a little chilly a few days last week, but it's starting to get better. And if we get through this afternoon's rain, I think it should be a good week for spring sports. So hopefully we can get a lot of activities in. So let's start with boys volleyball, who are off to a solid season because they play such a competitive schedule. Currently listed on the schedule at 6-5, and they will get after it. Looks like Fairfield at home tonight, and then travel to Middletown on Thursday. So let's talk boys volleyball.
Yeah, they've won four straight now, so up to 8-5 on the season, 2-0 in GMC play. So they got a big week this week with Fairfield tonight. But just kind of a team that's getting a little bit better each game. They're very, very senior heavy, so a lot of experienced guys that know how to win. So really looking forward to them kind of just continuing that upward trend as we head throughout the season. So looking forward to watching them this week.
Well, it's amazing with varsity teams when they do have senior-laden teams, how those seniors can really steer a season and get things rolling. So best of luck to boys volleyball. Let's go to the small diamond or smaller diamond. Talk girls softball. Currently at 500 on the schedule at 3-3 in a very tough GMC league for softball. Traveling on the west side to Oak Hills tonight. I wonder if Coach Beadle's still coaching Oak Hills softball. I'm guessing that's probably a yes. And then an always tough Fairfield on Tuesday, Wednesday Lakota West, Friday Princeton, Saturday Goshen. So hopefully it's great weather and the girls get a lot of innings in.
Yeah, they got a tough GMC week this week. They've lost a couple really close games last week, both 5-3 to Hamilton and Lakota East. So they're playing well, but it's largely a group of freshmen and juniors. No seniors on the team this year, so definitely a lot of learning moments for them. And just hopefully one of those things they just learn a little bit from each game and keep getting better throughout the year and just continue to finish on a high note.
Yeah, I know in talking with your center fielder last week, she was excited about the opportunity, how the team was getting better and better each week. So hopefully that progresses for them. So good luck to the girls. Hopefully it's good softball weather this week. Let's go to boys lacrosse, who are just having an excellent start to their season. Currently 7-0, and putting up a ton of goals, playing some good defense. Be a nice barometer on Tuesday as they host the Mason Comets, the always tough Mason Comets in lacrosse. So that'll be a good one. Lakota East at East Thursday, and then traveling up to Dayton to take on Beaver Creek on Saturday. So a tough week for boys lacrosse.
Yeah, huge week. So them and Mason are both 7-0, both undefeated in GMC play. So definitely a big one with GMC title implications tomorrow night. They won a big game on Friday, and the 40-degree weather that we've been having against
Right.
Loveland. So always good to get a win against your neighbor. But they're playing really well. They play very unselfish. You can kind of tell just watch them. They don't care who gets the credit. They just want to win. And they got a lot of good leadership on their team right now. And just looking forward to them progressing. And yeah, definitely a big game tomorrow. I'm so
And
excited to go watch that.
I know that we had one of your star boys lacrosse players on the show last week, and he's very pleased on the scoring and just how the team's coming together. He loved the coaching staff, and so it just sounded like the recipe of a really excellent season, and should be a lot of fun at Sycamore High School, 7:15 against the Comets, because that's two good programs, so it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
Girls lacrosse also another nice season. It looks like they've got three in a row. Win wise, they also have Mason on Tuesday at Mason, having an excellent season. Then they have Lakota East on Thursday. Marymount, who's having that'll be a great game because Marymount's having a real nice season. So that'll be a lot of fun for the girls to travel over there at Kuzel Stadium to play that Saturday at noon. So that'll be a good challenge this week for girls.
100%. Yeah, they're off to a 5-1 start, but this is a big test week to your point. Like Mason, always really good. Lakota East, really good. Marymount, like it's a really, really challenging week. We'll kind of get to see where we're at in the season, but they've been playing really well lately, and hopefully just keep progressing throughout the week. So,
Yeah, it'll be fun to when we talk Monday to see how the week went because like you said, good barometer. So
yep.
let's go to the Diamond. Talk about Coach Mullencamp's Aviators. I have them on the schedule at 6-3 today, traveling to Coleraine for a GMC matchup. Then Wednesday with Coleraine, whether it's at Coleraine or Sycamore, I'm guessing, 'cause due to the field conditions. Thursday, Lakota East, and then ECC Walnut Hills on Saturday. So I'm sure Coach just wants to play, get out there and get some weather and get a lot of innings in.
For sure. Yeah, they've been off to last week was really really good for them. They won 4 straight games now to get to 6-3, so they're playing hot right now. But then you're going into the depths of GMC play, which is never easy, especially with baseball. I think it's one of the hardest sports in the GMC. It's just loaded top to bottom. So going against Coleraine and Lakota East, all really strong teams. So really looking forward to just keeping that 4-game winning streak going and keep playing well.
Yeah, it's awesome. So good luck to coaches, Aviators there this week. All right, now let's switch over and go to track and field. It's been a slower start. It's been a cold and wet start to the track and field season. It looks like traveling up to Mason for a meet tonight at 4, Wednesday to Lakota East. So kind of a busy week for track and field as they get the regular season underway and start building some endurance.
Yeah, exactly to that point. Big week this week as they start ramping up with their meets. Last Thursday, they competed at the Coaches Classic over at CHCA. 20 plus teams there. Our girls team won that event, so they are off to an outstanding start. And our boys team came in fifth. So just really looking forward to how they progress throughout the year. Big week this week. We have our home gold baton meet next week, which is one of our
Nice.
long-standing traditions here. So really excited about that, and yeah, just really excited to keep watching them going.
Yeah, that's great. Hopefully they get some weather that it's not 38 degrees and raining and out running in track meets because that was the last couple of weeks. So good luck.
Well, I
Good
coach
luck with it.
basketball. I was an indoor guy, so this
Yep.
this spring sports cold rain is throwing me for a loop right now.
Yeah, it's tough. It's been a very unique spring so far this year. Let's go to the hard court, and this is a sport with most schools that's really struggled to get going is boys tennis, and it's nice that you guys have 6 matches completed. Because that's not the case at every school. So congratulations to the team traveling to Springboro tonight and traveling to Coleraine on Tuesday. Oak Hills on Wednesday, hosting Lakota East on Thursday, and then always tough Upper Arlington on Saturday. So a very busy boys tennis week, but it's time. Before you know it, it's going to be GMCs.
Yeah, and yeah, especially for tennis, like a couple drops of rain, you can cancel it just because that court gets so slick really quickly. So off to a really good 4-2 start. Definitely trying to rebuild. They lost a lot of seniors last year, and so a lot of guys learning varsity experience for the first time. And big busy week this week, and just like with spring sports goes by like that, and so having cancellations and postponements, everything kind of starts to crunch together. So several matches this week, and just looking forward to seeing them progress as well.
Yeah, good luck to boys tennis. Hopefully the weather holds. You guys get a lot of matches in for that. So, well, that'll do it for this week's show, Andrew. I appreciate you pinch hitting for your student athletes that were no shows. And happy Easter, happy Passover, everybody. And we will touch base next Monday and hopefully talk about some great results on the Aviators.
Same to you, Rob. Take care. Have a good Easter.